Do North Korean soldiers who defected to Ukraine see the error of their country's policy and the absurdity of Russia's special military operation? Recent reports of North Korean defectors aligning with Ukraine signal an extraordinary shift in contemporary military dynamics. These defections mark a notable breach in North Korea's historically rigid control over its military personnel and citizens stationed overseas. The involvement of North Korean troops in Ukraine has garnered significant international attention, with increasing numbers of Korean soldiers seeking asylum through Ukrainian channels. This trend carries far-reaching implications for military intelligence, humanitarian issues, and the broader geopolitical context of the conflict. Furthermore, the defections underscore the success of Ukraine's outreach initiatives and support systems in facilitating these transitions. Ukrainian intelligence has confirmed that 18 North Korean soldiers recently deserted their positions near the Ukrainian border, marking a significant turning point in the ongoing conflict. These defections occurred roughly 7 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, primarily in Russia's Kursk and Bryansk oblasts. This development underscores the precarious conditions faced by North Korean troops supporting Russian forces and reveals cracks in their discipline and morale. According to reports, Russian military commanders are attempting to conceal these desertions from higher authorities, reflecting the highly sensitive nature of the incidents. Preliminary accounts suggest that the North Korean troops abandoned their posts after being left in forested areas without adequate supplies, proper instructions, or logistical support from their Russian counterparts. Ukrainian officials believe these recent defections may represent only the first wave of a broader pattern, with an estimated 15,000 North Korean troops potentially deployed to assist Russian forces in the Kursk region. Defense analysts are preparing for an increase in desertions as the conflict continues. Strategic border areas such as Kursk Oblast, the primary location of North Korean deployments, Bryansk Oblast, and Belgorod region have been identified as the key zones of activity. Poor living conditions and a lack of coordination with Russian forces are thought to be the primary drivers of these defections. While small-scale clashes between Ukrainian and North Korean troops have been reported, reliable information on casualties or prisoner counts remains unavailable. To address the rising number of defectors, Ukraine has developed a comprehensive support system aimed at facilitating safe transitions for surrendering soldiers. A cornerstone of these efforts is the I Want Alive hotline, which provides defectors with immediate access to shelter, food, and medical care. This initiative has been tailored specifically for North Korean troops, incorporating Korean language social media outreach, targeted leaflet campaigns, and communication via Korean-speaking specialists. In addition, a group of North Korean defectors now based in Seoul has played a crucial role in supporting Ukrainian efforts. These individuals, with 7 to 9 years of military experience, have provided written instructions and audio messages to Ukrainian officials, offering detailed guidance on defection procedures. Their insights into North Korean military culture and psychological pressures have proven invaluable in crafting effective strategies to encourage desertions. Ukrainian authorities maintain continuous communication with potential defectors and employ customized evacuation plans that account for weather conditions, terrain, and the specific locations of frontline operations. This meticulous approach ensures the safety of both defecting soldiers and Ukrainian personnel involved in their extraction. As the conflict evolves, the growing number of defections sheds light on the vulnerabilities within the alliance between North Korea and Russia, while highlighting Ukraine's proactive measures to manage this complex humanitarian and military dynamic. Ukraine has established a comprehensive support infrastructure for North Korean military personnel seeking to leave Russian forces. The centerpiece of these efforts is a specialized program that provides immediate assistance and long-term support for defectors. The Ukrainian government operates the I Want to Live project, a 24-hour hotline designed to assist military personnel seeking to surrender. Originally launched to facilitate the surrender of Russian troops, the program has now expanded to address the unique needs of North Korean soldiers deployed in the ongoing conflict. Recognizing the linguistic and cultural barriers faced by these defectors, the initiative has integrated Korean language support, employing specialized staff trained to handle sensitive communications. This adaptation underscores Ukraine's commitment to providing a lifeline for those trapped in untenable situations. The I Want to Live program ensures that defectors are treated with dignity and provided with essential resources. Upon surrender, North Korean soldiers are guaranteed safe accommodation in secure facilities, access to 3 hot meals daily, and medical services tailored to their needs. These measures align with the protections outlined under the Geneva Conventions, ensuring humane treatment for all who seek refuge. The inclusion of Korean-speaking personnel further facilitates clear communication, fostering trust, and reducing the psychological barriers to defection. To manage these cases effectively, Ukrainian military intelligence has established detailed defection protocols, tailored to the challenges posed by North Korean soldiers operating within Russian forces. Each defection is handled individually, with a dedicated team overseeing every stage of the process. The procedure begins with initial contact through secure communication channels, where defectors are assured of their safety and guided through the steps necessary to surrender. Once contact is established, the program maintains continuous communication with the defector, ensuring they feel supported throughout the process. The next step involves the development of a custom evacuation plan, carefully designed to consider factors such as the defector's location, weather conditions, and nearby enemy activity. This plan is executed with precision, coordinating the safe extraction of the soldier to prevent risks to both the defector and Ukrainian personnel. After extraction, the defectors are transferred to protected facilities, where they receive comprehensive care and support. The program's success lies not only in its logistical efficiency, but also in its ability to address the emotional and cultural challenges faced by North Korean soldiers. By offering tailored services and a clear path to safety, the I Want to Live project has become a beacon of hope for those trapped in the harsh realities of war. Through this initiative, Ukraine has demonstrated a profound understanding of the complex human dimensions of modern conflict, providing a practical and humane solution for soldiers seeking to break free from oppressive conditions. The program not only saves lives but also delivers a powerful message about the value of compassion and justice amid the brutality of war. Ukrainian authorities have implemented robust security measures to protect defectors and ensure their well-being. The program maintains constant contact with individuals throughout the surrender process, considering factors such as weather conditions, terrain characteristics, and specific frontline locations. The support system includes specialized Korean-speaking personnel who facilitate communication and provide cultural understanding. These experts help bridge potential language barriers and ensure clear communication during critical phases of the defection process. Ukrainian officials emphasize compliance with international humanitarian law, ensuring that all defectors receive treatment according to the Geneva Conventions. The program guarantees safe conditions of detention and provides comprehensive humanitarian assistance to those who surrender. The I Want to Live project has demonstrated its effectiveness, having already facilitated the surrender of hundreds of military personnel since its inception. Ukrainian intelligence continues to adapt its support systems, developing new materials and approaches specifically tailored to North Korean troops, including targeted video messages and informational materials in Korean. The integration process for North Korean troops defecting to Ukrainian forces follows a structured approach, combining security measures with humanitarian support. Each defector undergoes a carefully managed transition that prioritizes both safety and personal welfare. When North Korean defectors make initial contact with Ukrainian authorities, they are provided with immediate assistance to ensure their safety and well-being. This includes shelter, food, and medical care, all of which are made available as part of a structured reception process. The initial phase begins with a debriefing session conducted by Ukrainian intelligence services, during which the defectors provide information about their circumstances, military deployments, and reasons for defection. This is followed by a comprehensive orientation to help them adjust to their new environment and understand the next steps in their transition. Throughout this phase, Ukrainian officials maintain constant communication with the defectors, addressing their immediate concerns and ensuring a sense of stability. Security is a top priority during the reception process. Ukrainian authorities implement a detailed security protocol to screen defectors, ensuring both their safety and that of Ukrainian personnel. This protocol is tailored to each individual, taking into account factors such as the defector's geographic location on the front line, current weather conditions, the terrain they must navigate, and the risks involved for both the defector and the extraction team. A customized evacuation plan is developed for every case, ensuring a smooth and secure transition from the point of contact to a protected facility. As part of the screening process, each defector is assigned a monitoring officer who serves dual roles in security and support. The officer maintains regular contact with the defector, overseeing their transition while providing reassurance and guidance. This personalized approach ensures that the defector remains safe while also addressing any concerns or challenges they may encounter during the early stages of their surrender. Humanitarian assistance is another cornerstone of the reception process. Defectors are provided with a comprehensive support package designed to address their immediate and long-term needs. This includes safe accommodation in public housing facilities, access to daily meals, and essential supplies to ensure their comfort and well-being. Medical services are available to address any health concerns, with ongoing monitoring to ensure they remain in good condition. Additionally, mental health support is provided, recognizing the psychological strain often experienced by defectors who have endured harsh conditions and the trauma of defection. A significant focus is placed on trauma-informed care, recognizing that many defectors have experienced severe psychological stress. While counseling services are available, officials acknowledge this remains an area requiring further development. The integration process emphasizes a do-no-harm approach, incorporating survivor-centered methodologies. Support teams include Korean-speaking specialists who facilitate communication and provide cultural understanding throughout the integration period. This comprehensive approach ensures that defectors receive necessary assistance while maintaining their dignity and security. For those requiring additional support, specialized community centers offer resources to help defectors establish basic life necessities, including assistance with banking services and community orientation. The average monthly wage for ordinary North Korean workers and soldiers being less than USD 1.00 makes the transition to a new economic system particularly challenging, requiring dedicated support for financial integration. The program maintains strict confidentiality protocols to protect defectors and their families, as the North Korean government typically responds severely to defections, including potential imprisonment of family members or execution of returned defectors. This security consideration shapes every aspect of the integration process, from initial reception through long-term settlement. Ukraine has intensified its psychological warfare campaign targeting North Korean troops supporting Russian forces, implementing a multifaceted strategy to encourage defections. The Ukrainian Military Intelligence Service has developed specialized approaches that combine traditional propaganda methods with modern communication technologies. To maximize the impact, the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Service has crafted propaganda materials specifically in the Korean language. These materials are highly detailed and culturally sensitive, addressing potential defectors' practical and emotional needs. Among the resources created are instructional leaflets that outline clear, step-by-step procedures for surrendering safely, along with maps showing escape routes. Videos and audio messages are distributed through platforms like YouTube and Telegram, and some are broadcast directly to the front lines. These messages include testimonials from North Korean defectors and direct appeals emphasizing that the soldiers do not have to die on the land of another country meaninglessly. A group of North Korean defectors has played a vital role in the development of these materials. Their intimate understanding of military psychology, rigid hierarchical structures, and cultural nuances has informed the tone and content of Ukraine's messaging. By leveraging these insights, Ukraine ensures that its propaganda strikes a chord with the disillusioned soldiers, presenting defection as a viable and honorable alternative. Ukraine employs a diverse array of communication channels to effectively reach North Korean troops. Frontline loudspeakers broadcast targeted messages directly to combat zones, while drones deliver leaflets deep into enemy-held territories. Social media platforms, including YouTube and X, host videos designed to reach a wider audience, while Telegram messaging services are used for direct, encrypted communication. Radio broadcasts have also been tailored to include stories from North Korean defectors, offering a humanized perspective on the benefits of surrendering. The I Want to Live project has expanded to accommodate this effort, creating Korean language content that reassures defectors about the assistance awaiting them. Promises of food, shelter, medical care, and humane treatment under international law are emphasized, reducing the fear and uncertainty often associated with defection. Ukrainian officials have confirmed that additional videos featuring defectors will be released shortly, further strengthening the campaign. This psychological warfare initiative is carefully designed to erode the cohesion of North Korean troops by exploiting their isolation, challenging their loyalty to the regime, and providing them with a tangible path to safety. By combining advanced communication tools with an understanding of human and cultural factors, Ukraine has launched a sophisticated effort to turn psychological pressure into a strategic advantage. The campaign not only weakens the effectiveness of enemy forces but also saves lives, offering soldiers a chance to escape the harsh conditions and ideological constraints they face. Military experts and analysts have provided mixed assessments of the psychological warfare campaign's effectiveness. Bruce Bennett, a senior defense analyst at the RAND Corporation, notes that similar tactics previously succeeded with Russian troops, suggesting potential success with North Korean forces. Former U.S. Special Forces Colonel David Maxwell identifies optimal timing for psychological operations, stating that large amounts of boredom and inactivity characterize military operations. This is the time when loudspeakers and leaflets can have an effect. South Korean experts suggest that psychological warfare could pose a significant threat to North Korean army cohesion, particularly given that these soldiers have been mobilized for a war without any justification. However, some specialists, including Ukrainian author Mykola Polishchuk, express skepticism about the campaign's effectiveness, noting that many North Korean soldiers are not particularly politicized. The psychological warfare strategy benefits from support from South Korean military observers who provide cultural insights and tactical advice to Ukrainian officials. This collaboration enhances the precision and cultural relevance of psychological operations targeting North Korean troops. The deployment of North Korean troops to Ukraine represents a significant opportunity for Pyongyang to gain valuable military experience and technical knowledge. Intelligence reports indicate that North Korean forces are actively engaging in modern warfare techniques, providing unprecedented learning opportunities for their military establishment. North Korea's military forces are actively enhancing their battlefield capabilities by gaining experience across a range of modern warfare domains. Their troops are honing skills in operating and integrating advanced drone technology, which includes mastering the use of first-person view, thief loitering munitions. They are also becoming proficient in electronic warfare systems, including GPS jamming techniques and counter-drone measures designed to neutralize aerial threats. Additionally, significant attention is being directed toward refining their expertise in advanced artillery operations. The South Korean National Intelligence Service has highlighted North Korea's particular focus on drone piloting and incorporating these technologies into offensive military strategies, underscoring the regime's intent to modernize its tactical approach. The strategic alignment between North Korea and Russia has further bolstered Pyongyang's military ambitions. Their relationship, now solidified by a mutual defense agreement signed in June, has grown into a formal partnership. Under the terms of this agreement, both nations are committed to providing military and other forms of support should either face armed aggression. Russia has played a pivotal role in enhancing North Korea's military capabilities by supplying its forces with an array of advanced weaponry and equipment. This includes AK-12 rifles, machine guns, anti-tank guided missiles, night vision devices, 60mm mortars, and anti-tank grenade launchers. These developments signal a deepening of military cooperation that is likely to have far-reaching implications for regional and global security dynamics. The combat experience extends from junior infantry soldiers to high-ranking generals, with at least 3 generals from the Korean People's Army General Staff participating in operations. This deployment marks a historic shift, as North Korea has previously only sent small advisory groups of around 20 specialists to foreign conflicts. North Korean personnel are receiving training at 5 distinct facilities in Russia's Eastern Military District. The scope of their involvement includes up to 12,000 servicemen, incorporating approximately 500 officers. These troops are being integrated into Russian units alongside ethnic minorities from Asian regions of Russia to maintain operational security. The deployment provides North Korean forces with exposure to increasingly lethal and complex battlefields, particularly in the context of reconnaissance and strike drone operations. This real-world experience offers valuable insights into modern military tactics and technology implementation that would be impossible to gain through conventional training. Russian military commanders have equipped North Korean units with advanced technology, including thermal imaging devices and illuminated sights. However, former North Korean military personnel note that these troops don't train with that equipment and may face significant challenges mastering advanced systems in their current deployment. The military value of this deployment extends beyond immediate combat experience. North Korean pilots may gain specialized flight experience with Russian aircraft, while ground forces learn to operate in unfamiliar terrain and weather conditions. This practical experience in a foreign conflict zone provides Pyongyang with valuable data for updating its military doctrine and training programs. The presence of North Korean troops in Ukraine has triggered significant diplomatic reactions from South Korea and Western nations, leading to heightened international tensions and policy shifts. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol confirmed that approximately 3,000 North Korean fighters were positioned on Russian training grounds near the war zone. South Korea has significantly deepened its involvement with Ukraine through a variety of strategic initiatives aimed at supporting the nation amid ongoing conflict. This engagement has included extensive economic and humanitarian assistance to help Ukraine navigate the challenges of war. Additionally, South Korea has played a crucial role in backfilling weapons for NATO member states, ensuring the alliance maintains its defensive readiness. Intelligence sharing efforts have also been expanded, with South Korea providing critical assessments to NATO's North Atlantic Council. Furthermore, military observers have been deployed to Ukraine, underscoring South Korea's commitment to a proactive role in the international response to the conflict. In a firm diplomatic move, South Korean officials have summoned the Russian ambassador, demanding the immediate withdrawal of North Korean troops from Ukraine. Despite mounting evidence, Moscow continues to deny the presence of North Korean forces on Ukrainian soil. The South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs has strongly condemned this deployment, asserting that it violates United Nations resolutions and undermines international law. Western nations have also taken coordinated action to address North Korea's involvement in the conflict. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has described the situation as a very, very serious issue, emphasizing that the participation of North Korean troops as co-belligerents marks a significant escalation. In response, the international community has ramped up its efforts to counter these developments. The support from Western allies is evident in several key areas. Intelligence sharing networks have been strengthened to enhance situational awareness and strategic planning. Diplomatic pressure on Russia has intensified, with coordinated efforts to isolate Moscow over its alliance with Pyongyang. Monitoring of North Korean military activities has been increased to track their movements and assess their capabilities. Additionally, enforcement of sanctions against both North Korea and Russia has been reinforced to limit their ability to sustain military cooperation. These collective actions reflect a united front in addressing the growing complexities of the conflict. The deployment of North Korean troops has created significant diplomatic ripples across the international community. South Korea's Foreign Trade Act currently prohibits sending lethal weapons to active conflict zones, but this policy faces potential revision in light of North Korea's military activities. First, the Russo-North Korean defense cooperation signals a fundamental shift in global power dynamics. Second, Ukraine has unexpectedly become a proxy battlefield for Korean Peninsula tensions. Third, the conflict risks becoming the first direct test of opposing Korean military capabilities since the 1953 armistice. The South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs emphasized that this military cooperation threatens core security interests and risks triggering a global conflict due to complex security alliances. In response, South Korea has pledged to work more closely with European partners, including NATO, enabling enhanced information sharing regarding North Korean combat capabilities and tactics. Western and South Korean officials have widely condemned North Korea's troop deployment as a dangerous escalation of the conflict. The international community particularly focuses on the risk of North Korea gaining combat experience while testing advanced weapons systems, which could alter the security balance on the Korean peninsula. Seoul's concerns extend beyond the immediate conflict, focusing on how North Korea's military involvement could legitimize Pyongyang's weapons program and provide combat experience that might later threaten South Korean security. This has prompted increased cooperation between South Korea and NATO in monitoring the situation and sharing tactical information about North Korean forces. The humanitarian dimension of North Korean troop defections presents complex challenges for both Ukrainian authorities and international support organizations. Recent assessments highlight the critical need for comprehensive care systems addressing both the immediate and long-term needs of defectors and their families. Mental health professionals have raised alarms over the severe psychological risks faced by North Korean soldiers deployed to Russia. Many of these soldiers endure significant trauma due to prolonged combat exposure and intense psychological isolation. Studies reveal that mental health struggles extend beyond active soldiers. A survey of North Korean refugees shows that approximately 15% experience suicidal thoughts, a rate notably 10% higher than the South Korean average. Despite the availability of mental health services, such as trauma-informed counseling, group therapy, cultural adaptation support, crisis intervention, and PTSD treatment, cultural stigma and a lack of awareness often prevent defectors and soldiers from seeking help. The Korean Counseling Psychological Association highlights that feelings of isolation and helplessness are pervasive, profoundly affecting both soldiers and their families. The North Korean regime's policies further exacerbate these challenges by imposing strict control measures on the families of deployed soldiers. Reports indicate that the authorities forcibly relocate family members to undisclosed locations, ostensibly to safeguard operational security. This separation not only adds to the soldiers' psychological strain, but also creates profound humanitarian concerns for their families. International organizations have responded by developing targeted protection protocols to address these vulnerabilities. Support efforts include establishing emergency communication channels, providing safe housing, ensuring access to necessities, offering educational resources for children, and facilitating medical care. Despite these measures, the absence of robust care systems leaves many soldiers without adequate support, a situation that former U.S. Special Forces Colonel David Maxwell warns that could have far-reaching consequences. The cumulative psychological toll on soldiers and their families risks triggering broader social unrest within North Korea as uncertainty and fear deepen. To address the unique needs of defectors, the Republic of Korea has implemented a comprehensive legal framework grounded in humanitarian principles. This legislation provides defectors with access to settlement support facilities, educational programs, medical care accommodation, and financial assistance to aid their integration into South Korean society. The Minister of Unification oversees these initiatives, ensuring that defectors receive the support necessary to overcome settlement challenges and establish self-sufficient lives. Specialized counselors trained to assist North Korean defectors play a key role in addressing the psychological and cultural hurdles they face. The legal framework takes a nuanced approach, carefully determining the type and extent of support based on individual circumstances. Factors such as age, family composition, educational background, career history, health status, and possession of personal assets are considered to provide tailored assistance. International organizations advocate for do-no-harm approaches, emphasizing survivor-centered methods that include consultation with the North Korean defector community. These approaches particularly focus on empowering women and persons with disabilities within the defector population. The humanitarian response continues to evolve as more North Korean troops seek refuge. Mental health professionals stress the importance of developing more comprehensive support systems, particularly as exposure to combat situations may increase trauma-related challenges. The situation remains dynamic, with support organizations adapting their approaches based on emerging needs and circumstances. Military analysts and intelligence experts project significant shifts in North Korean troop dynamics as the conflict in Ukraine continues to evolve. The complex interplay of battlefield exposure, psychological warfare, and international diplomacy suggests substantial changes in defection patterns and regional security dynamics. Intelligence assessments suggest a growing likelihood of North Korean troop defections, with reports confirming that 18 soldiers have already deserted their positions near the Ukrainian border. Analysts attribute this trend to a combination of factors that are increasingly compelling troops to abandon their posts. Exposure to outside information and the harsh realities of their deployment are shattering the tightly controlled narratives they were subjected to in North Korea. Many soldiers are coming to the grim realization that they are being used as expendable cannon fodder, a sentiment intensified by the dire battlefield conditions and the lack of effective communication with their command structure. For some, the opportunity to escape to democratic nations offers a glimmer of hope amid the chaos. Former North Korean military officers have observed that sustained battlefield losses could lead to a cascading effect, with more troops choosing to defect as they recognize their deployment as a one-way ticket with little chance of survival or return. The I Want to Live project, which facilitates communication with defecting soldiers, has reported ongoing contact from North Korean troops seeking a way out of their current circumstances. However, officials caution that while defections are likely to increase, the process is expected to unfold gradually rather than in an immediate widespread surge. This shift underscores the complex and evolving dynamics of North Korea's involvement in the conflict and the growing cracks in its control over deployed forces. The deployment of North Korean troops to Ukraine carries profound implications for regional stability and the North Korean regime's control over its military personnel. Military analysts identify several critical long-term consequences. Firstly, regime stability. The exposure of North Korean troops to the outside world presents what experts describe as Kim's worst nightmare, potentially challenging the regime's legitimacy. The defection of special operation forces would represent a particularly significant blow to the Kim regime's authority. The second is military capabilities. Through their deployment, North Korean forces gain access to sophisticated Russian weapons technology and battlefield experience. This arrangement could result in hundreds of millions of dollars in foreign currency earnings for the regime. However, significant casualties could undermine the regime's carefully maintained image of military invincibility. Finally, regional security. The deepening Russia-North Korea military cooperation coincides with escalating tensions on the Korean peninsula, including North Korea's recent destruction of inter-Korea infrastructure. This development suggests potential instability in Northeast Asia, requiring strategic recalibration by regional powers. International security experts and former North Korean military officers have outlined several strategic approaches to address the unfolding situation involving North Korean troops. One key recommendation is to enhance support for defectors by intensifying psychological operations aimed at influencing North Korean soldiers and encouraging defections. This includes expanding Korean language resources and developing specialized programs to assist defectors in integrating into new environments. Equally important is ensuring the safety and well-being of defector families, who often face significant risks due to their association with deserters. Another critical focus is fostering stronger international coordination to respond to the challenges posed by North Korea's military involvement. Experts suggest that South Korea reconsider its prohibition on supplying lethal arms to Ukraine, which could serve as a meaningful contribution to countering shared threats. In parallel, it is vital to increase surveillance of the growing military partnership between Russia and North Korea, ensuring that these activities are closely monitored. A coordinated multinational response is necessary to address troop deployments and their broader implications, supported by enhanced intelligence sharing mechanisms among allied nations to bolster collective security efforts. Military analysts emphasize that the United States and its allies must prepare for increased instability in Northeast Asia. The situation demands a delicate balance between encouraging defections and managing potential escalation risks. Former North Korean military officers suggest that proactive psychological warfare could secure mass surrender and defection among North Korean soldiers. This assessment aligns with reports that some North Korean troops view their deployment as an opportunity to escape the regime's control. The international community faces the challenge of managing these defections while preventing potential retaliation against families remaining in North Korea. Reports indicate that families of deployed troops have been relocated to unknown locations, complicating humanitarian assistance efforts. Security experts predict that the effectiveness of defection programs could increase as North Korean troops experience battlefield realities and potential casualties approaching Russian levels. This situation presents both opportunities and risks for international stakeholders seeking to influence the conflict's outcome while maintaining regional stability. The long-term implications extend beyond immediate military considerations to include broader humanitarian and security concerns. As one former North Korean lieutenant noted, many deployed soldiers are too young and won't understand exactly what it means, suggesting a need for comprehensive support systems that address both immediate and long-term integration challenges. North Korean troop defections to Ukraine mark a pivotal shift in modern military dynamics, challenging long-held assumptions about North Korea's control over its forces abroad. These defections, starting with 18 confirmed cases, demonstrate the effectiveness of Ukraine's comprehensive support infrastructure and psychological warfare strategies. Ukrainian authorities have established robust systems for defector integration, combining immediate humanitarian assistance with long-term support mechanisms. Military analysts note that this development carries significant implications beyond the immediate conflict zone. North Korean troops gain unprecedented exposure to modern warfare techniques and advanced military technology, while their defections potentially threaten the Kim regime's carefully maintained image of absolute control. South Korea and Western nations have responded with increased diplomatic pressure and enhanced monitoring efforts, recognizing the broader implications for regional security. The humanitarian dimension remains central to this unfolding situation. Support systems continue adapting to address complex challenges, including mental health care, family protection, and legal status considerations for defectors. Military experts project these defections could increase as more North Korean troops experience battlefield realities and recognize opportunities for escape. These developments reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Ukrainian conflict while potentially altering power dynamics on the Korean peninsula. The situation demands continued international attention and coordinated response efforts, particularly as the implications extend beyond immediate military considerations to encompass broader security and humanitarian concerns. What do you think about the defection of the North Korean soldiers? What do you think will happen to the soldiers who are found out by their country's government, and will their families back home be safe? We would love it if you would join us in the discussion in the comments. Thanks for watching the video.